Hello. Um, my boyfriend is out snowboarding, so I thought this would be a good time to record a video. I am just like, I don't know, my day was completely ruined, so I'm just kind of venting. Well, it wasn't ruined, but like something made me really upset, and I hate when like someone misjudges you and just like totally, you know, like portrays you as someone you're not, and you know that you're not that person. And I've dealt with that so much in the past, and like I felt like I was done with that. So it's like so frustrating to be in this situation to where someone like doesn't know me, and you know, someone gets mad at them, so they end up bitching me out for something. And like it's just so incredibly frustrating when people take out their anger on you and like portray you, like make you feel bad for something you didn't do. In my case, like this is all about my apartment. Basically, I'm here now. I'm really happy because when I saw this place, like I really loved it and needed to move out by January 1st. And I was like, you know, I hadn't applied for an apartment in a while, so I was like really hoping I would get it, and because it's like beautiful. I'll like give a tour. It's not totally unpacked, and also I have like no furniture, but it's getting there. But anyway, so like when I got the apartment, I was told that, like even though I was told this apartment was available January 1st, I was told that I wasn't like something changed, and so I couldn't move into this place until February 1st, since I needed to move into a place like on December 30th actually, like not even January 1st. They knew that, and like so the landlord said, you can move into this like place that's more expensive than, basically she like listed the price and said this is like more expensive than your apartment, like by a good amount. And so, and it's in like this neighborhood, which you know seemed like a nice neighborhood. And then like instead of living in your place for a month, and then your place will be ready next month. So I mean, I didn't really have any other choice, because I wanted to live here so badly, and also like I just had enough. I mean, I was like really hoping I would get this place, and I was like, I don't know what I'll do if I don't, because it was really getting down to the wire. And so I was like, yeah, okay, and so I moved into the other apartment at the beginning of last month, and in January, and got there and like realized it was actually like making it seem like it was so much better than it was, but actually the only reason it was like pricier was because it was a 3-bedroom with like shitty like a little like tiny bedrooms with like 0 windows, like 3 little tiny bedrooms with 0 windows, like just like very like cramped, and like just like nothing was like cleaned and everything, and it just, the place just felt kind of grimy, and it was like really, it was like made for 3 like students or something, or like post-collegiate, like, you know, roomy girl friends or something. Like it was not made for me. I mean I was supposed to get a 1-bedroom, and like I wanted a place where it was, you know, you could work from home and it was like comfortable and not too cavernous, but like, you know, enough space and like a nice windows. You know, I just wanted, like, I loved this place, and then I was moving into this weird, like, you know, kind of like dorm room. Like it just like felt really gross, and it was only, and like, you know, it kind of sucked because it was like made to seem like it was so much better because it was like, not like better, but like, you know, it was an okay substitute because they made this error or whatever, and they, you know, they didn't have the apartment ready at that time, so it was like, oh well, you know, at least it's like more expensive, and like so it'll be nicer. But it wasn't. And not only was it not like, you know, just a 3-bedroom, and that was the only thing that made it more money, and like it was bigger because it was made for 3 people, but also it was on a main street, like a really busy street, and it was right in front of a hospital, and it was just like noisy all the time with cars going by constantly, like highway almost. And I would never have chosen to live there, like, you know, I never would have signed a lease for that place and been wanting to live there. And what else? And yeah, and then also throughout the month there would be showings, so I had to like leave and also just like, you know, wake up at weird times and get all these texts from these like brokers like saying, like, you know, asking me to come by, and I had to like coordinate all this stuff. And they actually like, my name was written down on some like a piece of paper saying that I was like, you know, showing the place or something. So like all these people were contacting me about it, and I was basically having to like coordinate this as if I like don't have enough to do on top of moving twice in a month because, you know, and then then I like moved in, and it was like so annoying because not only was this place totally not my vibe, it was just like gross and just like uncomfortable, not made for me, and like I didn't, you know, the storage wasn't right. I didn't, there were 3 bedrooms, they were all tiny and they were all weird with like tiny beds, and I just wanted my own like mattress, my own stuff, but I, you know, tried to make do, but I couldn't unpack everything, and so I like kind of lived half out of a suitcase, half not, but I still wanted to make it nice, so I, you know, took like all the dishes out and unpacked a lot of stuff and like made it like cleaned and tried to make it nice, and it just, it was a lot of work, right? Like moving is a fucking lot of work. And so after sort of moving into this place and, you know, to be there a month and just trying to like live a normal life again, and then like ignoring the fact that at the end of the month we'd be moving again, in this place the toilet starts like flooding, like it just starts overflowing. And I got like this expensive like Drano, I got like this heavy duty like plunger thing, and still it wasn't working. And I, you know, asked the landlord like, can you get a plumber here? And she was like, yeah, a handyman will come by. So a handyman comes, he tells me not to throw any toilet paper in the toilet. He's like, oh yeah, well, you know, you just can't throw any toilet paper in here from now on. I'm like, oh really? Okay. Have you ever lived in a place where you aren't allowed to throw toilet paper? I mean, it's terrible. You have like a stinky little basket, and like seriously, this toilet would not take any toilet paper. And I told the landlord like it's still overflowing. No response. And so I was like, okay, I fucking have to live with this. So I was using a fucking basket to throw away my poop rags or whatever. Like it was awful, and I was like, okay, well it's just this month, and I don't want to, you know, cause a big thing because like this isn't my real apartment. If this was my real apartment, I would not like be, you know, like dealing with this, but I feel like I should just like try and, you know, like be, you know, just try and be easygoing, like try not make a big thing, like if she doesn't, you know, I kind of like trusted them, like, okay, like it's just for a month and like I can deal with this, it's just like a little. And I mean, have you ever like been to even like the shittiest gas station? You can always throw toilet paper, you know, like I was like started to like develop a habit of like holding on to toilet paper because I almost like forgot that people like fucking are normal and throw the toilet paper in the toilet, you know. It's like I was living like in a very like, it was just really shitty, and like, and not only was I throwing my toilet paper in a little stinky basket, but also like it would still overflow. So like if there was like poop or anything, it would just overflow like at least a couple times a week. So I was like cleaning up like poop water all the time, like twice a week, and just because if the water got too high, it would just overflow. So I was doing that, you know, cleaning up toilets left and right, moving like again and again, and just like so excited to get to this place and finally unpack and like finally just be over everything. And then when I finally, so then I get all, you know, everything's figured out like the first of the month, and not only does my landlord tell me like on the day before the 1st of February, like, oh, the apartment might not be clean, so we're gonna have to see, and then we'll let you know if you can move in tomorrow or like Monday. But it's like, okay, some people actually schedule, like luckily I was gonna hire a service, like a moving, like through an app, but some people actually schedule their moves and just to be like, oh, like actually you can't move in even the month that you were supposed to move in, and you know, it's TBD. And then she told me on the day like of the 1st, like, oh yeah, you can move in today. As if, and I was like, I'm at work. It's like as if, you know, like I don't have any plans, but because like moving again took so much time and so much effort and so much energy, and it was just awful, you know. Again, like luckily it wasn't as expensive this time around, even though it's still expensive, guys. It's still fucking you know, it's not a joke. It's like, it's expensive to hire someone to move your stuff and hire a truck and everything. I don't have a car right now, so, you know, to ask someone to do that twice is kind of like, you gotta be understanding, and you also should be, you know, you should be like really apologetic, honestly, because like you fucked up, and everyone I talked to at my work was like, oh, they fucked up, like, what, they did that? Like, they could not believe it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it is really inconvenient. And then today, I'm like, you know, oh, but then there was, okay, this is not related, but it's kind of like crazy that I ordered a mattress, and when I got it here, delivered here, it's actually like someone left the box, and they stole the mattress out of the box and left the box here. Well, actually, the box wasn't there, and then the next day an empty box was there. So they like brought it into their apartment and like took it out. But the plastic wasn't gone, so they probably like were gonna sell it. I just can't believe it. And then that delayed my move even more, which again is not the realtor's fault, the landlord's fault, but it's kind of weird that it was like stolen by someone around here or someone with a truck, because like they had to be able to bring it somewhere close. Like, it's a fucking heavy mattress. It's like 300 pounds. So either you have a car, like a getaway car, or you're bringing it up into your nice apartment, like right over here. So I don't know what happened with that, but basically that delayed 3 more days. And then finally I got into the place yesterday. My landlord said, oh, there's gonna be a showing tonight, and she's, you know, and the whole thing was like about the cleaning, why I couldn't move into this apartment, like she wasn't sure if I could move in, and told me that the day before, like the first, like as if that's like, oh, by the way. But I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I get here and like finally I'm moving in. It's like, you know, the 4th by now, like it's already super late in the month, and I'm just like, I just want to live. And I got a text from her today that says like yelling at me about because she said like to clean up the place, so I wiped the surfaces, but like honestly I had no cleaning solution left at that point. I'd like been cleaning up the toilet all month long, like twice a week at least. And so all my cleaning supplies were shot, like, and it was the end, like the very end. I'm moving, I'm doing all this stuff, I have to get fingerprints, I have work, you know, I have all these things. Like, I'm not just like here to move and like unpack, like I'm trying to live the life, like not just like be unpacking, and I've been super easygoing at this point, you know? But like acting like, oh, it's no big deal, even though a lot of people would be, you know, making a really big fuss. And so I've just been trying to be laid back, but I feel like that almost like sets me up to be like walked on, because I got a text like today saying, like from my landlord being like, oh, they came, like she showed a picture of like a dust bucket, like filled with like dust. Okay, by the way, this place is huge, and there's like a mud room, and also like it's huge, and it was filthy when I came in, and I tried my best to clean, but like obviously I couldn't clean all of it. It's like a really big place meant for 3 people, and you know, I mean, I was only living in it a month, so I did my best, you know. And when I left, I just like did the surfaces, whatever. There was like nothing on the wood floors, like it was maybe in the corners or like under the sofa there were like some dust particles. So maybe, you know, from the whole apartment they amassed like one dust bucket, and or one like sweepy dustbin thing of dust, and plus like the mudroom with like the shoes and stuff, which I didn't clean because I don't know. There's so many people coming in and out for showings and stuff. It's like, you know, what am I, a fucking maid on top of a plumber now, and on top of a like expert like mover twice in a month? Like, I don't understand. And so all these, and she knows that my mattress was stolen and all this stuff, and it's like, finally I'm hoping to get some peace of mind. She sends me a photo of this dustbin and with dust, and she says, oh, like, you know, there's the management company, Greenleaf Management, is so concerned because it looks like we can't believe you've accumulated all this dirt in a month, and we're very concerned, and we're gonna have a discussion about it tomorrow. As if to like, you know, to make me like scare me or something. Like, so it's so terrible for someone to do that, to like, you know, you've been through all this stuff, moving twice, your mattress was stolen, you finally are like trying to still unpack, you know, still have a shit ton to do, but just trying to get a little peace of mind back and a little bit of sanity and order in my life again after 2 months of moving. And I get this thing, and it's just like accusing me of being like a really dirty person, and it's like, I can't believe, and she showed me a photo of these broken windows that were broken when I came in. They were cracked, two cracked windows that were cracked, and they were like streaming cold air in, so it was like freezing in there, and I had to like try and get warm, but it was just like always cold air blowing in. And I assume they knew about the cracked windows, duh, because what am I supposed to do, report every like little issue with the apartment like a fucking like bitch? Like, no, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm here for a month, like, let's just deal with this. And I did my best, but then to be accused, like, to be told like, oh, this place is like a pit, we can't believe what you've done with this place. There's one dust bucket full of dust in this whole huge 3-bedroom apartment, and they show me the windows, and the cracked windows, which I did not crack. Hello, they were cracked already, and some like scuff marks on a wall, which I did not do. I wasn't moving anything. I didn't have any furniture. I did not do any like heavy lifting. Those are not mine, Like, I did not know I was supposed to like clean the walls or something from the previous tenant and like keep a, like show photo evidence or something so that I can like prove that I'm not this messy person that they are accusing me of being. And it just, I'm very upset because I got back, today it was like a snowstorm. I was like, I wanna, I have a day off. I was like, I keep hearing like the acai bowls are really good, so there's a place by here that I can walk to. So I walked really far to go get this acai bowl, and I walked back, and I was like so ready to eat it, and my boyfriend was gone snowboarding in Michigan. And when I get back, I get this message from my boyfriend who has my phone, and he's like sending all these messages from the landlord, like saying that they're gonna have a talk about me tomorrow, like they can't, as if like they're like threatening to fine me or kick me out, probably to like pay for these cracked windows they had no idea about, but like they're gonna try and blame somebody. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I feel so like, I thought this landlord was kind of like nice and like on, like it's not like I'm too trusting. Like, I know people like want money and are like, the move-in fee was like, $500, and I was like, that's a little weird, but I don't know, I've just been trying to be so nice and chill, and I just want to get like a semblance of a life back and like do things again and like be creative and like accomplish things. And I feel like my life has been just stuck in moving hell, and now I get this message that makes me, when people just like assume, like, or you read gossip about yourself or something and you just assume, like, people assume you're a bad person or assume this and that about you, and me being like a girl, like, in various like industries, like the music industry, I've dealt with a lot of people who've like said stuff behind my back, and it really doesn't feel good, especially because those assumptions have always been like wrong and like very untrue, and people who are nice to your face, and that's the worst, I think, because I'd rather, and I would, if I didn't like someone, I just wouldn't talk to them, and I'd be polite, but like, I would not be. Some people are just so nice to your face and like overly nice, and you're like, oh wow, they're a really nice person, but it's like weird that they could actually be a sociopath, like person who's really mean or like hates you. I don't know, I just don't play games and I don't understand that, but I just wanted to like rant because when my boyfriend gets home, I don't want to like over talk about it, and I like, honestly, my heart was pounding. I was like shaking, like I could not enjoy my bowl that I was like went so far to get and was so excited to try. It tasted great, but it was ruined because I just like thought, how can these people jerk me around like this? Like, how can they, put me all through all this stuff, and then at the end they still are like trying to fine me, and like also just really make me feel bad. Like, I feel bad because I'm not a messy person. I'm a clean person. Like, I'm a really tidy person. I'm a good person, and I also would never like crack someone's windows or like disrespect someone's space. That's not mine. I tried to do my very I also was like moving out, and like I didn't like deep clean everything, but they didn't say to they also have a cleaning service coming in after me, and I did my very best. There was nothing on the floor. Like, it wasn't like you could gather, maybe from around there was like dust that had gathered, but it wasn't as if like there was like dust all over the floor and like grease and dirt. Like, it was like nothing on the floor that to the visible eye, unless you were like crouching in the corners maybe. And I tell you, it had not been cleaned before I got there. So I just wanted to rant because I'm like, you know, I couldn't get this out of my head like all day. It just made me feel like so shitty. I hate that people can make you feel shitty, and that's what I don't want. Like, I don't want my life to be ruined by people who are just like looking to blame someone or like looking to take out their anger on someone, because in the past I've been a really great punching bag for people, it seems, or like people think that I am, because I'm like nice and I'm not like super aggressive. Like I'm not like I don't ever want to be mean to people or make them feel bad, because I know how bad it feels, and I would never want anyone to feel badly about themselves. And so I unless there's like an open conflict, I'll be direct about it. But I never want like any weird shit talk and like people making assumptions about me. And it just makes me feel like, what are these people going to like have a discussion about? Like I feel like they're just trying to blame like the clogged toilet and like the cracked window and something. It's like they're probably just trying to get someone to pay for it. And what, like, I'm not rolling in money. Like, I've given so much of my money to this move, and I'm trying to be so like flexible. It's like they didn't even like offer to help with them. I mean, they wouldn't, right? They were like make money off this shit, but like it just seems like they're looking to like get their other apartment like cleaned up, like with like by like finding me or like accusing me of something I didn't do, or like making me look bad. And it's just not cool. I'm like super mad. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty far away from the camera, so I hope that I'm like clear enough. My skin is so bad today. I kind of picked. This is like, of course, the one day that I like do a vlog or whatever. I don't know, but I could show you a quick tour of the place so you can see I'm not a complete messy person, but it's, as I said, there's no furniture and like there's nothing that's like finished yet. I still need to get like furniture, couch, kitchen table. It's gonna be really cute, I hope, once I find the right stuff, and a bed frame, and maybe some other little things. But I'll show you like this place, just a little quick tour. I want to do a more in-depth one, just show you that I'm not a total like messy freak. Like, we all like so bad. Why would they say that about me? Why would they make me feel so bad? And like also not apologize. Like, you could apologize. Like, you fucked up. You called me, like you told me, you made me feel really bad, and you should apologize to me. I feel like people like don't realize like the hurt they cause people, and then they don't ever apologize, and maybe they don't ever realize like the effect they had on people. But it's just like it's like a virus they spread of like bad feelings. It's so awful, and I wish they knew, just like the person who stole my mattress, I wish they knew how much trouble they caused me and delayed my move by another 3 days. Okay, so this is the fireplace. It's really cute. Again, I didn't want to do a full tour. This is my, oh crap. I'm getting off to a bad start, looking really messy. But this is the like living room. It's really cute. And I love the fireplace. I'm gonna take some good photos here. It's like snowing outside. Well, you can't see, but closet. It's a really pretty closet. All my clothes. I just got organizing today, so I don't know. I have way too much stuff, and I can't wait to like sell a lot of my stuff, because I am so over having all this stuff with moving.